iOS 16.4 has been released. Here's everything new. Welcome everybody to Apple Insider. It is Andrew here, and after a long beta testing period, Apple has released iOS 16.4. We're also getting other new features for kind of Apple software at the same time that aren't even included in iOS 16.4. For example, Apple Music Classical is also now available starting March 28th, though we're a day early right now and it's already rolling out for some people around the globe. Additionally, Apple Music with Spatial Audio is also being available for Sonos speakers. I just reviewed two of them earlier today, and the Sonos Era 300 has support for spatial audio, Dolby Atmos through Apple Music natively on the speaker itself. There's also a bunch of new features coming to your phones with the 16.4 update, so I'm going to walk you through all of those changes. First, we have some new emoji. In total, there are 21 new emojis in this release. We have new ones such as this shaking head emoji, there's a goose emoji, some wings, there are new colors for the hearts that are here, all sorts of new ones. The jellyfish one I love, but again, a total of 21 new emojis in this release as part of Unicode 15. When you add web apps to your home screen with iOS 16.4, there will be a new option to enable push notifications. Previously, you could get push notifications from apps, but not from web apps that were added to your launch screen. Now that will be an option for apps that have enabled it in iOS 16.4. When you make a phone call and you're on cellular, not Wi-Fi, there's a new option for voice isolation. By going into Control Center, you can see besides standard, we have voice isolation or wide spectrum, which will control how much audio is passed through using your iPhone's microphone. iOS 16.4 is the first update that will have these new options inside of settings. You'll be able to choose which profile you're using, so the customer beta, developer beta, public beta, all here within the settings app of your iPhone. No longer will you have to install profiles, they'll be automatically assigned to your Apple ID, and you can use a separate Apple ID for your beta profiles or for your updates versus your primary one used on your account. Inside of podcasts, you can see Apple's already touting the new features, including being able to view channels inside of the library, an improved Up Next queue, and updates for CarPlay. For example, the Up Next queue will now include shows that you don't already follow. So I already follow this show, but if I didn't follow a show, I mean, who doesn't follow HomeKit Insider, the one that I host? But if I didn't follow, like maybe Apple Insider Daily, now this, if I listen to one episode, it'll still show in the Up Next queue. So I don't follow it yet, but it can still show in Up Next. Same thing for ones that I've saved to my library. Those can also now show in the Up Next queue. From the library, there's also this new channels view. I can go to something like AppleInsider and I can see all the different shows from AppleInsider. So everything is broken down by channel versus by podcast. So AppleInsider, we have HomeKit Insider, AppleInsider, and AppleInsider Daily, all under the auspices of AppleInsider and our channel. Also for CarPlay users, your Up Next queue and recently played queues can show from your Now Listening screen. For HomeKit users, Apple is finally re-rolling out the new HomeKit architecture in 16.4. The new HomeKit architecture is supposed to make your devices a lot quicker to respond and more responsive inside of the app itself, especially when controlling multiple accessories. But there were some issues with the initial rollout, so Apple paused it, but has re-enabled it here in the 16.4 release. Also, any Matter-enabled thermostats would occasionally become unresponsive inside of the Home app. Apple has fixed this with this update. The Duplicates album inside of the Photos app, this can now check not only your library, but your shared iCloud library as well. Also included in this update, there's a new accessibility feature that can automatically dim your display when flashing lights or other strobe effects are played inside of a video. Additionally, we have new voiceover support for maps that are inside of the weather app, and we have improved crash detection for iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Pro users. So what do you guys think? Are you excited for any of the new changes that are coming as part of iOS 16.4? Let me know down below in the comments what your thoughts are, or on Twitter at Andrew_OSU. Otherwise, stay tuned. I have a lot more videos coming your way.